there's a moment you don't talk about, the moment someone gets close and something inside you tenses. They smile, they reach for you, and suddenly you feel a subtle pull backward. Why? Why do you feel the need to step away from the very people who could matter the most? Most people think pulling away is about not caring, but the truth is far more complicated and far more human. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind that instinct. Not the surface-level explanation, the real one. The one you've always felt but never understood. You don't push people away because you're cold. You push them away because you're afraid of what closeness demands. Closeness asks for honesty, for openness, for the parts of you you've kept hidden even from yourself. The mind has a quiet way of protecting you from emotional exposure. It tells you, step back, be careful, don't let them see too much. Most people assume fear comes from the outside, but it doesn't. It comes from old patterns your body still reacts to, even if you can't fully explain why. If someone truly saw you, the unfiltered you, would it feel safe? Your mind tries to avoid that question, so it builds distance instead, and that's where the cycle quietly begins. Walls don't rise overnight. They're built quietly, brick by brick, moment by moment. A small disappointment, a moment you felt vulnerable, a time you opened up, and it didn't go the way you hoped. Even small discomforts teach large lessons. So your brain adjusts, not loudly, but subtly. Don't rely too much. Don't hope too deeply. Don't let intensity control you. These thoughts feel logical, they feel protective. But here's the paradox. The wall you build to keep discomfort out also keeps growth out. Your mind doesn't distinguish between threat and intensity. It only knows the sensation, and intensity feels risky. So you retreat, not because you don't want closeness, but because your body has learned to protect itself from overwhelm. But that's only the beginning, because something else happens next. Sometimes you test others. Not intentionally, not maliciously, instinctively. It sounds like, let me step back and see what happens. Let me create space and see who stays. These tests aren't manipulation, they're reassurance. Your mind is asking one question: is this situation safe, or will it feel overwhelming if I lean in? Ironically, the test often creates the outcome you fear. You retreat. Others notice the distance. Confusion arises, and the pattern repeats. You watch the distance widen and tell yourself, see, this is why I keep my distance. It's not avoidance, it's familiarity, predictable, controllable. When discomfort has been repeated in your life, control becomes comfort. And once that pattern sets in, another layer quietly emerges. But the mind isn't the only thing shaping your reactions. The body has its own memory. Sometimes you step back because your nervous system reacts before your mind does. You feel tension in your chest, a sudden urge to escape irritation that doesn't match the situation, an overwhelming sense of too much. These sensations aren't a sign of weakness. They're protective reflexes. Most people misread these signals. They assume they don't care enough. They assume they're shutting down for no reason. They assume they're becoming distant on purpose. But that's not what's happening. You're not losing interest. You're not losing connection. You're losing your sense of safety in the moment. Your body reacts to intensity, not reality. It's responding to old patterns, not current circumstances. And here's the part most people never expect. Your body holds the earliest truth. Beneath all these patterns lies the truth you rarely admit. You pull away because your mind and body are wired to protect what feels fragile: your energy, your focus, and your peace. Distance feels safer than overwhelm. Retreat feels smarter than losing control. Even if no danger exists, your nervous system reacts to intensity, not reality. But here's the thing though, every time you step back to protect yourself, you also step away from potential growth, insight, and connection. Short-term comfort comes at the cost of long-term stagnation. The first step isn't tearing down every wall, it's noticing them, understanding them, allowing yourself slowly to lean in, not for anyone else, but for the part of you that craves wholeness. Pulling away isn't weakness, it's a signal, a message, a map of what your mind and body need: safety, awareness, and gradual exposure to what matters. When you see it this way, retreat becomes not a trap, but a guide. Not a failure, but a path toward understanding yourself. And when you trace it all back, you find the core reason driving every withdrawal. You don't have to tear down your walls overnight. Just open a small window, a moment of honesty, a moment of softness, a moment where your guard lowers, not completely, but slightly. Healing doesn't start with trust. It starts with permission, permission to feel, permission to open up slowly, permission to stay, even when your instincts say run. You're not pushing life away. You're learning how to allow what matters without losing yourself in the process. And that's strength. Thanks for watching.